welcome to the Sherrill Morgan podcast series from Seattle, Washington, interviewing past and current presidents of the Public Risk Managers Association, the International Public Risk Managers Association, and their national convention. This year taking place, the month is June, early June, in Seattle, Washington. We have with us today one of PRIMA's past presidents, a very special woman by the name of Terry Evans. Hello, good morning, Terry.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
I am doing well, thank you.
Are you enjoying your time in Seattle?
I am enjoying it in Seattle. It's been beautiful weather. We've had very little rain. It's really been nice to be here and visit with everyone. It's a great convention that we're a part of.
It is.
So let's see, you were the past president of this organization.
Yes,
what
sir.
years were you president, Terry?
I was sworn in 2016 and it ended in 2017.
2016 and 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had the conference that year, what city were we in then?
We were in Phoenix, Arizona. It was a little warm. You remember that?
I do remember that. I remember the bottom of my shoes getting hot walking from one place to another. That I understood why people didn't walk in the sun down in Phoenix.
Yes. It was a beautiful convention. It was a lovely event, but it was a tad on the warm side.
It was a bit on the warm side, yes, indeed. And now you've still are very active in PRIMA.
I am.
And working with today, and you play a part in supporting the conventions and stuff like that. Right?
I do. I work very closely with the Tennessee chapter of PRIMA. And then, of course, my role now, since I have come to work for EAS and Sherrill Morgan, is to be a vendor at the PRIMA conferences. But it's a wonderful opportunity for me to catch up with friends and to see people and to get hugs all around, which we're big huggers in the PRIMA world. So it's very rewarding to me, and it feels very much like home.
Yeah, I noticed when I walk around that you're the famous person and I'm not.
For once, finally, one little corner of the universe.
And now today then, you because you no longer work for local government, you work for Sherrill Morgan at EAS. And it's been wonderful having you with us all these years and doing what you do so well.
It is the best job I've ever had. What we believe in and what we are trying to do aligns completely with how I feel the world should be. So I am very happy to be here.
What do you feel, Terry, in your old profession as purely risk management and was risk management for with Kingsport, Tennessee back then? What is similar in what you do now compared to what you did then?
Well, of course, as the risk manager in Kingsport, I did handle self-funded benefits. Not all risk managers do. So the understanding of benefits transitioned very well. I don't know that there's a lot of similarities at all to what I do now and what I did then, because where I wanted to make changes and was constantly looking for ways to improve the benefits for our employees and yet not spend a whole lot of money, now on this side I'm able to find those solutions and take them to someone. So I understand the perspective of the client and where they're coming from and what they're trying to accomplish, and now we're coming up with solutions that help them accomplish what they need to accomplish.
And I think you're taking your expertise later this week, I believe tomorrow, and that you are a part of a panel discussion. Is that correct?
I am. I'm moderating a panel discussion. It's going to have Jason Bradhold from the Cincinnati Airport Authority, Michelle Jordan. Michelle Jordan is from the water district, one of the water districts, I believe it's Clayton County in Georgia. And then some old guy named Mark Morgan's going to be there. But we're going to be talking about the interplay between benefits and risk management and why it's important that the risk management understand the benefit structure and maybe share some ideas if they have them.
Now, you have a unique situation in working with us and with being a risk manager in the past. If there was one thing between the two professions now that you've had, that you were to say something to the young incoming risk manager within a local government, what would be the primary word of wisdom that you would give them when they first started in this profession?
Don't lose faith.
Don't lose faith.
Don't lose faith.
Okay.
It takes a long time to make a change. You're not always able to implement ideas. There are times when no one's going to agree with you or understand your perspective, but keep plugging away at it. Keep the faith. And remember the end goal. Remember who you're doing this for. You are providing risk management services for your employees and your citizens. Those are the folks that you're working for to help them. You don't want to be the person that just says no all the time. You want to be the person who finds a way, figures out a way to make at least something similar to what they want happen. Oftentimes you can't do exactly what they want, but you can kind of come to a conclusion where you can bring something to the forefront that will satisfy their needs.
Now I know, even though Sherrill Morgan and EAS is a relatively sizable consulting firm representing governments across various portions of the U.S., we still tend to be a very closely held and family organization, and value those circumstances a lot. And I believe you have one of your family members works with our organization. Is that correct?
I do. My youngest son, Gary, has been helping me out. I don't know that he will want to continue on doing this, but we have had so many large, new, innovative projects come down the pike. We needed a little assistance. So he's been doing a lot of the what we would call in the South hefting and toting on spreadsheets and tracking and all of those kind of behind the scenes things that would free Mark up and free me up to actually go out and implement some of these programs. So it's been a joy having him work with us.
Yeah, that's one of the values I think our organization considers very important, is that family comes first, not work. Even though a gentleman running this podcast right now is my youngest son, he's our media director, Cameron Morgan, so we appreciate the work that he's doing for this. So Terry, I think if you were to sum up then what you think Sherrill Morgan and EAS's most important values are, maybe first and second, what would you say they are?
I would think we value the human condition. We look at the whole and try to have a positive, we try to bring forth a positive outcome and solution for what our clients need. But we always keep the human condition at the forefront of our mind. We never want to cause a problem or hurt anyone. We always want to be honest and transparent. And I think that's what has drawn me so much to this job, is the fact that it aligns with how I think. Always be forthright, always be upfront. Everybody's going to make a mistake, own up to it, let's fix it, and move on. And it's been awesome.
Well, thank you, Terry. I think that sounds like some of the values that you've attained over the years working with PRIMA and as a risk manager in local government. It's been a wonderful pleasure working with you, and thank you for taking the time to participate in the Sherrill Morgan podcast as a past president of PRIMA. And you'll be seeing more of this series as we've interviewed the incumbent, the current, and the president-elect of the 2-year cycle from now. Also, we'll be talking to some of our alarm friends here later today. So thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you soon.